Welcome everyone to the 41st episode of this Tesla Club India podcast. And happy EV Day to everyone. Today is September 9th. We are recording this and we thought to do this episode today. Joining with me, Dr. Saab Extroders, Sagar, Suhail Electri, and Ferrari Rules, Anuj. So, welcome everyone. Today, we will be discussing August EV data. Then we will discuss the much awaited Vinfast India launch and then TVS Orbiter two-wheeler, and I think that's about it. So yeah, let's start with the August TV data. So August was a very exciting month, especially for the four-wheeler segment. And let me give you a brief summary. In two-wheelers, scooters, and bikes, about 104,000 vehicles were registered outside of Telangana. That made up 7.6% of the market. 63.4 thousand three-wheeler were registered, making up 61.5% of the market. 17.5 thousand cars were registered, making up 5.44% of the market. And 391 buses, which made up 5% of the market. So this was data without Telangana. Telangana, for some reason, is still not on Vahan. Now, if we will go for OEM wise, for two-wheeler first, in two-wheeler, TVS led with about 27,000 units. This data does include Telangana. This time, thanks to EV India, we have Telangana data for two-wheeler also. Now, without Telangana, Ather Energy is at third, but Telangana pushes Ather to second spot. So they have 20,800 units. Ola Electric is this time at third, about 20,000. Vida 14,000, Bajaj 12,700, and other in main name Driver. Driver is going good. They are now have crossed 2,000 units. We have Revolt at 1,100. Simple Energy is still under 1,000 at 790. Bounce has saw some increase this month at 683. Honda Activa 464 and Ultraviolet 174. So in total, including Telangana and everything else, 1,14,384 two-wheeler were registered. Now, if we move on to cars, uh, so Tata did saw some significant increase this month thanks to Harrier and the lifetime warranty on Nexon and Curve. They are obviously at first position with 7,800 units. MG is at 5,300. Mahindra, their new EVs, they are at 3,600 and their XUV 400 285. Then we have Hyundai 639, Kia 537, BYD 534, BMW 425, Mercedes-Benz 107. Citroen is now under 50 at 43. So this is a brief summary. In total, 19,333 electric cars were registered in India in August. This is the highest ever in a month India has ever seen. So this was our best month. July was our previous best. So month after month, we are going to see this increase, and let's see what this month brings up. So, Dr. Saab, you go first. What are your views on?
Nikhil, uh, uh, so with regards to four wheelers, I think the lifetime warranty managed. Tata has managed to sell that lifetime warranty to customers. I think lifetime warranty is managed to help Tata a little bit. MG is again on number two as usual. Mahindra, I think, and now they have shared that they have sold around 20,000 vehicles among B6 and XEV9. That's again an achievement because I think in this year, in 2025, Mahindra saved a lot of negativity around EVs because software issues and all those were creeping up. Mahindra balanced it with their Wow EVs. So and Ola is again facing those heat, facing that heat again. But I don't know with the updates which they showed, they should again bounce back a little bit. But I think eventually Aether is the one to look out for in long run. Uh, so on the whole, I think with coming launches, Harrier would again help Tata to get some numbers with Sierra. So we are bound to get these numbers. Now we should be, I think, we should be pretty much expecting uh, these kind of numbers in coming months. Yes,
Right. And Mahindra Pack to deliveries have also started, so that also helped Mahindra numbers a
yes,
bit.
yes, 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 yes.
Suhail, I think you have done some additional analysis, if you wish to share.
Yeah, so it's just to add, I did an analysis for the top states that were uh, included Maharashtra, which was top again, then Karnataka, it was Telangana, then Kerala, and then Delhi. So except for Karnataka, where MG was the top selling OEM, rest of the states or the union territory, it was Tata that was doing well. So it just shows that some parts of India still prefer not to go with Tata than to with MG. And I guess Ferrari Rules has done a much deeper analysis on the August numbers, so he can shed more light on it.
Ankush, yeah, if you have anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else to add. Basically, just that we were doing some analysis on state versus maker. So that kind of reveals some interesting insights into the fact that Tata, given that they are the leader in EV space all across and have been the leader for a very long time, but in some states, they don't have the leader status. So, for example, Delhi, MG sells more EVs than Tata does, basically, and has done for this year as well. And same for Karnataka also. MG is doing better than Tata in that space as well. I'll do some more detailed studies on where how these numbers are going, and we'll share. But interesting insights that some states Tata gets beaten by other OEMs as well. But yeah, a lot of states, Tata is a hands down winner. For example, Kerala, there is a big gap between Tata and the next OEM. Tata is the big winner in Kerala. So yeah, interesting insights.
And the interesting part is MG has only basically one car we all know that is doing the business. So in one particular state or union territory over the year, complete year ITD, if MG is doing with one car and Tata is unable to do with five, so that still tells that the trust in Tata is not complete.
Yeah, that will still take time because as we have said multiple times that by this time Tata should have been doing around 15,000 themselves alone. But things get messed up along the way. Anuj, you have anything to add?
Not much. I think the numbers that we are seeing for the XUV 400. So recently, Mahindra has launched its own aggregated cab service, which is based on EV platform, the Elite. So I think
Yes, yes.
yes, I think some numbers can be attributed to that service also. I recently happened to travel to airport in these cabs. So they have got good numbers of brand new Tata cars under the select category, and then there is a premium category which has the XUV 400. So I think
Interesting.
yeah.
So means Mahindra guys are putting their thing into premium and the other brand into the select one. Nice thing.
I think this is very important to be honest, because if I talk about me, so I was a ICE person. It was an EV cab ride which actually converted me. So the more and more people experiences these cabs, I think it will help people to bridge that gap and take that leap.
Yeah, I think especially after the downfall of Blue Smart, it is necessary that we get some more electric cab aggregators. So it's good that Mahindra is going into that space.
Yes, we also
Uh,
have Plush Miles. I don't know if someone has heard about it. Plush Miles, they are doing majorly airport trips from Delhi, and they use BYD Max 7. So we are getting more and more cab aggregators using into electric vehicle zones now.
yeah. Sagar, anything from you?
First of all, wishing all of us the very beautiful EV day. And yeah, looking at the August numbers, it's up and up from above here. Like they say in Punjabi, it's a chardi kala from here. If I'm not wrong, Dr. Saab.
Yes, sir. ਭਾਜੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ 'ਚ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਹੁੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਆ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ
Yeah. So, okay,
मैं
now.
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए
नहीं नहीं आप चलो मैं तो अगले टॉपिक पे जा रहा था.
No, no, we always used to say that whenever in the initial time, in the initial days, when I started this page on my Twitter handle, there was always a discussion NTV. So now I don't indulge into that much because it spoils your whole day and you'll end up blocking people. So so in those days, I used to write a word like the 2025 and 26 would be the benchmark year for EVs. I had saved those tweets. I was reading those tweets today, and every time I used to say that in 2025, 26, that would be the benchmark year. Uh, so I think we are into that benchmark year, and with coming launches and with the times ahead, so we will be getting more numbers, and we should be, I think uh, now we should be getting used to these kind of numbers.
Yeah, I mean we have crossed 5% market share, and I think we might move to 6 up to 7 by end of this year. So let's see how that goes. Yeah. So moving on to Vinfast launch. So Vietnamese brand has finally launched two electric vehicles in India. One is VF6. It comes with a 59.6 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack, 468 kilometer claimed range. I think 350, 370 should be real. It comes in three variants. All are forward wheel drive. Uh, Base one Earth, it comes at just 16.5 lakh. 130 kilowatt motor with 250 newton meter torque. Another one is Wind. It comes at rupees 17.8 lakh, 150 kilowatt and 310 newton meter. And then we have Wind Infinity. It adds the panoramic roof that at 18.3 lakh. Uh, 10 to 70% in 25 minutes. And from what we have seen, it peaks at 105 kilowatt and on a DC charger. Not sure what it would be in the customer variant. But these prices for a about 60 kilowatt hour pack, these are just, they are undercutting almost everything. Now we have VF7, their second model. It is about 4.5 meter. I think VF6 is 4.3 meter. VF7, it gets basically three pack variant inside. First one is 59.6 kilowatt hour, which is FWD. It has 20, it is at 20.9 lakh, 438 kilometer of claimed range. Then we have 70.8 kilowatt hour LFP, FWD, 532 claimed range. It gets two variant, Wind 23.5 lakh, then Wind Infinity at 24 lakh, 10 to 70 in about 28 minutes. We also get an all-wheel drive version with a 70.8 kilowatt hour pack, and I'm surprised at its prices. 510 kilometer of claimed range, two variant, 25 lakh and 25.5 lakh, with a combined output of 260 kilowatt with 500 newton meter of torque. Now, they are also providing 3 years of free maintenance and free charging at V Green chargers. Not sure when and where it will come up, but that's up to till July 2028. Battery warranty on both the vehicle is 10 year or 2 lakh kilometer, so that's good. VF7 also gets a vehicle warranty of 10 year and 2 lakh kilometer. So that's a new in our market. And VF6 gets a 7 year or 2 lakh kilometer warranty. I'm not sure why they decided to differentiate here. Yeah. I mean, they are actually, they don't seems to be in the profitable zone because I think these prices are even lower than what they have in Vietnam. And these cars are basically CKD for now. So they are just, trying to get foot in the Indian market with very aggressive pricing. Good for customers. Uh, yes, we have all seen the issues in the United States when they launched. They have improved over that, but how much and what all comes to the customer, that is yet to be seen. VF Vietnam, so Vinfast gets a good response in Vietnam from especially fleet drivers because they also provide free charging there. So they have a good hold on the market there. And yeah, I and with respect to cells, these cells seems to be Goshen LFP ones, which they are making in Vietnam as a JV with the Winfast Energy. So there's that. And yeah, a very aggressive pricing. Let's see how the customer response is. Dr. Saab, I think you have some additional insight, and what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, I think the pricing is really very good. So this, so 16.50 is the start, right? 16.50 lakh for the
1,000
VF6,
less.
right?
1,000 less.
Okay, okay. So you are good in math, right?
Yeah.
So 16.49 is a very good price for a 57 kilowatt hour battery pack. We have to consider that. And then we have to see the corresponding prices of the other cars, other brand cars who are manufacturing, who are, I think MG is also, MG doesn't come in CKD route, uh, or they make here only.
Windsor is half CKD, half kind of local that they are assembling the pack
Okay, okay, okay.
here. But yeah, quite a lot of parts are from China.
So basically, what they've done is they have priced VF6 because VF6 is it's not that big car. If you see in person, it is around about you as you told 4.3 to 4.2. VF6 is like it's a compact one. I think it would have even lesser space than Nexon. But the VF7 has got a bigger space. So I'm not sure which customers land up buying which car more because once you see both the cars, they are very minimalistic. There are no switches, nothing is over there. There is no odometer. That would be that you will take time to adjust because there is no odometer, and even the accelerator paddle is a different one. It's not the usual one. So everything is on the screen. There are no buttons whatsoever. Steering buttons are there, steering mounted controls, and there are four switches. Apart from that, there are no switches in the car. So you are probably even to adjust your ORVMs, you have to go inside the system. So that may be concerning initially, but once you take stock of the things, like Venture also is selling, it's the number one selling car. Probably in EVs, people are that kind of tech savvy, so they don't mind not having those switches and all having the controls over the screen. So I think it should do, in my opinion, VF6 should do well considering the prices, but VF7 can also spring surprises because the price point at that battery pack is quite good.
And don't you think the ARA range is bit less compared to the battery pack they have given?
I think in the subjective drive which we had at that time, if they were prototype stuff, so and I'm not sure how the this how the efficiency works out. I'm not expecting a great efficiency. But what we have seen is in those prototype drives, the efficiencies were not quite good. So maybe they are like that. Not sure. Much would be uh, given after much can be said after once the media drives happen. Because in those drives,
Can
they
it,
were not like they might be prototype. The software was also not that mature. Maybe they have now tweaked the software and so, but one thing is sure, if you see in person these cars, the quality is very good. The build quality is very very good. and you feel that you are entering a premium car. Because that's why I'm saying that once you enter VF6 at 16.50 lakh, uh, people will get drooled about the interiors. Same thing happened with the Winster. Once the people started to see the car in person, the interiors are the biggest USP for Windsor, as well as the space. And whenever you ask any Windsor customer, he or she will say that the space is really quite, the car is very spacious. The interiors are quite good. And what I've seen is people tend to benchmark their cars around 16 to 20 lakh with Creta. Always, you will find people saying, "Sir, the interiors are Creta type." So the interiors are quite good of these, both of these cars. The quality is good, interior is good, and even in the subjective drive, we asked the Vietnamese team. So unofficially, they are 5 rated. They say that they are 5-star crash worthy rated, but they don't want to send these cars for the rating. But their internal testing says that they are quite safe, quite worthy of that crash list. Safe to hang in because they got everything. They got standard airbags and everything, all those things. But yes, without the odometer, uh, take people will take time to get used to those kind of minimalistic cars, because once we see other brands also coming in India and shedding those odometers and all those things. Uh, so it will take time. Yes, don't know how the market responds, but people are asking queries. People are asking questions. Sir, this is launched. I have to see the car and all those things. Yes,
Dr. Sab, I have two questions for you.
Yes,
Number
yes.
one, what do you what was the range that you got in your testing?
Actually, we
I know it might have changed.
actually VF6 which I drove from Karnal to Gurgaon, it was like in 50%, it was 164, 165 kind of range, but it was four people, AC at full blast because it was peak summer. So in 50%, it did 164. So you can compute accordingly. The VF6 one I'm talking about.
And does it have an HUD?
Yes, yes, yes. It has an HUD. So
So
Dr. Saab,
basically,
can
what
you
happens
repeat the
is if
ranges you
someone
got? Dr. Saab, I'm so sorry to
in
interrupt. Can you repeat
50%,
the
in
ranges you got?
50%, we were four people. AC was full blast, and somehow the compressor was making too much noise. To that, even while charging, also it was making too much noise. So maybe they were prototype cars. That's why it was making. But the range was in 50%. The speeds were around 80, 85, not high speeds. Uh, so in 50%, we could do 168 to 164 kilometers. 70% we landed up at 20%.
They have been selling these car in Vietnam from some time now, so they shouldn't be the prototype at this time.
But no, but they were doing something
No,
always
could
with
be
the software.
components could be non-Vietnam, Indian provided
No.
components.
Interesting thing was, no. They were
It was
brought from.
CKD.
No, they were brought from. They were brought as CKD because we got hold of the papers. By luck, we could see the
Okay,
everything. So how the
okay,
CKD works. So what happened was, once you lifted the bonnet, there was a Bosch. I think what was it was of Bosch. I just forgot. A component was of Bosch, and it was
DCD?
mil- and it was
DCDC?
written made in. Yes, it was made in India. So probably they were already getting this made in India part of Bosch were already exporting this made in India parts to this Vietnam guys. Once you see the car, you will see it. Once you open the bonnet, you will see that Bosch made in India stuff. Yeah.
There's no frunk, right?
Yeah, there's no frunk. There is no frunk. Yes, there is no frunk. There's no
And
frunk, there's no
what
odometer, there are no switches. So you have to rely on HUD. HUD really works very well. There is no distraction because of the HUD. And the ADAS, we tested the ADAS also. It worked really fine. I drove with ADAS for the first time. So there was no learning curve as such. It was really doing very well. Uh, so so
and Do you have any idea about the onboard charger? Because I am hearing conflicting information. Some are saying that basic is 3 kilowatt, and some are saying that it is 7. Do you have any
I
idea
think
about
it
that?
is 7. They say it is 7. I think what they told was there were some suggestions from us, from all the team which was involved in this. There were suggestions. They've all practically included most of the suggestions. And even for the spare tire, they used to say that we will give it as an accessory. So there is still the space to keep the tire. I'm not sure now whether they will give it or not. Because incidentally, at a point, what happened was we were charging the Vinfast and a Volvo came. Volvo gives that spare tire and an accessory in XC40. So and there was some ergonomical stuff in the car which I can't disclose. So it would not be nice to say that. So we were comparing with the both the car. The XC40 just happened to be there. So so just once the bonnet, once the dicky was opened and there was a spare tire. That was so we asked the driver who was that was chauffeur driven one. So he said this tire came as an accessory part. So they were saying that they will we can provide it as an accessory part. So that ergonomical thing, once we see the car in person, then I can ponder upon whether they changed or not. So otherwise, people will take time to get used to these cars because of the new accelerator pedal, the different type of not the usual one we have. So
It comes in high-end cars. High-end cars get that top to down, not the
Organ
top
type.
to down pedal. Yeah, organ type. Organ type
yes,
pedal
yes,
comes
organ type. Yes.
in the high-end
So what happened
EVs,
was we were well.
high-end ICE cars.
So once you start, वो बात because you are not used to those cars, na. So
Hmm.
what happened was we were just making fun that ये तो truck और बसों में आता है. So and then we will realize
I
no,
agree.
this
I
comes
agree.
in the high end cars. So yes,
Yes.
so in short, the materials, fit and finish, the quality, people will appreciate, especially that 16 to 17 lakh bracket. But what I feel is VF6, once people see the car, they will feel that there is less of space. VF7, once they will feel that the space is too much in the car. You don't need that kind of space. So maybe that VF7 sells more than the 6 one because people tend to spend that 1 to 2 lakh extra once they land up in the showrooms.
But I also observed one interesting thing with the launch that this is the first manufacturer who says that the sunroof is your choice or the moonroof is your choice, that
Yes,
you don't
yes, you're
need
right.
to you didn't need to have it compulsorily. This is something which I've been saying for a long time, that
Yeah,
why
they are just
am
yes,
I
the
being
Infinity.
pushed.
Yeah, the Infinity models which they are selling, they just have that additional sunroof price.
Correct, correct. So 50K for a sunroof, it's my choice. I want to pay it or don't want to pay it. Rest, I get the top model as top model.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
none
yeah.
of the manufacturers in India, you will get that as an option where you will say that I don't want the sunroof, but I want every other feature there.
And Ankush, to add to it, so as a offer launch, they are providing this stick-on curtain
Yeah,
like the BYD give.
because the cars were getting
So
too hot on that subjective drive. So that was the first feedback कि भाई ये तो लगाना है इसके बिना तो बेच ही नहीं सकते.
right, so point यहाँ पे यही है that I think people should avoid it. So no point in getting the Infinity Roof one. They can take the lower variant because feature-wise everything is same. And one point I would like to touch, Sagar, if possible, we need to get this car and we need to test it out on at least 4 or 5 CPOs like BPCL, Tata, uh, Static, Geo, so that we know that the charging thing is sorted.
Yeah, but Dr. Saab, did you test charging on the different CPUs? वैसे already, if you can share details.
Yeah, yeah.
Dr. Saab, did you do charging on your end on your drives on the DC
Yeah,
fast
yeah, yeah,
chargers?
yes, 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 yes. They were
Which one?
checking.
Which
I
all
think
did you use?
they were always monitoring those things, you know, like what the speed is, what is they were gathering the data always the engineers from the team, the Vinfast team.
No, no,
Which
no, Doctor
CPUs?
Saab, he's asking about the DC fast charging.
Which
Which all
CPUs
C
did
yeah,
you use?
which CPUs did
Which
you
CPU
use?
we did? I think we use the static one always, most of the times,
Okay.
because the Glida one was not functional on that route. Something happened like that. The Tata one also we use, yes.
Because MG is still having issue with Winster after a year, and That is their best-selling model, and despite that, they are still not able to completely solve the issue. So hopefully,
You're
nothing like
absolutely.
Met
this
with
would be
It's
there
kind
again.
of strange.
met with some MG folks today in an World EV Day event. So kind of give them this feedback on their DC charging. They said that they will look into it.
No, they know that, but the Indian team does not have the proper equipment required to solve those issues. That is with the Chinese team. The Chinese team will have to ultimately solve this for now, and I'm not sure whatever they are doing.
I think they want the LAC issues to be handled. Then only they will give that solution, right? It seems like that because it is bizarre. Your model is selling so well. It's a number
Yeah,
one model, and you don't have fixed the basic thing because charging is something which is you can't live without charging on DC chargers having an EV. So I don't know what they are doing. Why are those sedate? We always bash Tata for doing this thing or that thing, but this time MG is really unprofessional in this thing. This is really not the ideal scenario.
And more than the problem, the bigger thing is the bad name that is being created because of this OEM not being able to solve. What happens when
Yeah,
CPU and problem comes is we blame the CPU, but if the OEM is taking it so lightly for this DC charging, it creates a ripple effect for negativity in terms of the discussion towards
and
EVs.
I still don't know why people are buying Windsor again, in spite of the so
Hmm.
much issues coming with the
just the
DC charging.
interior, just the
It is not
interior, and
it is not that rampant. One, they said. Two, they say that it is not that they don't care about it. They care about it a lot. And three, we helped out one customer recently on our assist community. We helped that SK Rakesh, that to the MG leadership, and MG leadership responded. There was a register that was changed for that guy. I don't know how much that register is the reason, or it was something else. But there was something
Ankush,
done with his car to solve the problem.
Ankush, but this issue has been since day one of the Windsor, since the 38 kilowatt hour version came, and some CPOs have made extreme effort to change the programming to suit the MG Windsor somehow to get it to connect. So it's a majorly a problem on the vehicle side, manufacturer side, and it has been since the day when. It's not like it's the recent versions, but the CPOs have been seeing this problem since early days. But I mean, yeah, good if they are aware and they work on that to solve it because that's better
But the
for
problem
everyone.
is they are aware, but they are waiting their problem to happen in that unaware customer who is not aware that DC problem can happen. Then he will make aware the MG guys. Then they will aware the dealership. Then the problem will be solved. So this is like awareness and unawareness just ping ponging. Why can't the manufacturer take just a shorter email to all the dealers and call upon the Windsor EV guys to just check it, and wherever there is a problem they can rectify it. So it is like कि किसी को if something happens then we will change it. If something doesn't happen it is just चलने दो मतलब वो वाला
No, no,
काम हो
that
गया
that is
which
that is why we should call out MG. This
yes
is very
it's
bad
laid
when they
back
are not able
attitude.
to do a proactive recall
Imagine
and solve this
imagine
issue.
Sagar imagine something like this happening in a US market or in a European market. So immediately the authorities will immediately those think tanks and
Yeah,
authorities
that
will
is
pounce
that is
upon the
why Dr. Sabha,
manufacturer.
I always say Indian consumer laws are not that strong.
Exactly.
Where the regulator itself is so active and he is looking into the market discussion and calling upon OEMs to issue proactive recalls. And this is where the OEMs take advantage of this negligence.
And even for that matter, the Creta ECCU issues, even in that matter, I think Hyundai now released a software. They're releasing software. I think V3 kind of which they released for the ECCU, but still. The issue is there, like it's not that rampant as it is with the
That Hyundai ICCU issue is a
is
international
it
one.
yeah
Even their
international issue?
E20
Yes, yes,
cars
yes.
are loaded with it. Yeah, so that's
So,
something
but
I
yes,
don't know what are wrong with. Yeah.
that is also related to DC charging again. So that is
No,
that
No,
no,
also
not
so
happens.
Dr.
no.
Saab,
That's not too DC.
that is not related to DC charging. So basically, the Hyundai issue, what happens is when driver sits in the car and he switches to reverse as soon as he sits in the car, right? Then there is something in the motor or logic that the ICCU blows away. So international guidelines for Hyundai is that when you sit in the car, don't put the car in the reverse as soon as possible. Give it 5 to 10 seconds, then put it in reverse and then drive away. So there
Anuj,
is a
Anuj,
huge.
I get reminded of in typical Indian customs where I don't know how many, but some people carry out this traditional aspect of whenever they move
The
the car,
drive
they take a
forward
little
and
bit
then go back.
forward and then back.
Put it in the
Yeah,
first
go
gear,
forward
then put it in
and
the reverse. Yes,
mm,
yes.
yes,
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 but
yes, yes.
but actually this is the fix for Hyundai. So every friend that I know who owns a Hyundai or a Kia EV, I tell them don't put reverse as soon as you sit in the car. Put in neutral, start, put a idol of some Ganesh ji, haath jodo, then you start driving the car, your issue will not come. So it's not that I'm saying that you have to pray to the god. It's I know that window has to be given for the car so that some capacitor charges and then the reverse doesn't demand that much current and whatever that has. But one thing I am sure, this cannot be solved by a software update. Simple fix to all your friends, you tell that don't put reverse as soon as you sit in the car. That's it.
No, they have given a software update for most of the cars, and the issue is not coming now.
Let's wait,
The
sir.
circular says that
Yeah.
the circular
So
says that
basic,
that we have given this
yes, but
update. This is to rectify this thing.
yes, internally I did talk to some people.
Maybe software is delaying that reversing thing.
No, 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 no. What happens is they say that we have given this V3 ICCU software update, and the newer cars are now coming with the latest generation of ICCU. So this is what they have done.
I mean, that's good if it solves that finally. And I think we got distracted from the Vinfast discussion.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
Sagar, your views on Vinfast.
First of all, I would, like to, appreciate Winfast for, making bigger ripple effect than what MG did with their Windsor. I think starting with 1650 is fantastic for, such a new brand, at least for India or at least for non-geek people who are, very new to this and or at least fence sitters who are, on the verge of taking an EV. This is fantastic opportunity to buy a value for money car which will have some brand value like a foreign brand. But apart from that, I would say the overall packaging and the overall features and the pricing and whatever the dealership network they are coming up with, it is fantastic and a very strong minded approach to the Indian market. So yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to. How people look at these two products and how it drives. I'm more excited to drive this car than ever in the last 6 months any other EV. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a test drive very soon.
Anuj, I think it is also your potential future buy. So, what are your views on this?
So first of all, as Sagar said that they have done a tremendous amount of job to bring a 60 kilowatt with this price point. Another thing I would like to say is that the issues that we see on the donut videos or the Marcus Brownie videos. So I think we should give some slack to Winfast. These are very small issues that people are trying to blow out of proportion. The car looks sorted to me and it is being run commercially in Winfast, and we all know how the commercial segment works. So overall, I think it's a very decent option. The thing that I would like to see is how they tackle the service network, because I don't know how many touch points they are coming up with. So I am very interested in a 60 kilowatt VF6 model. Yeah. I look forward to test drive it. And as I said earlier, the only thing that I would want to see is that I'll take the car to every charge point that I can find, a Servotech one, Tata, Static, Geo, and I just try to plug it in and see whether it charges maybe 2 to 3%. If that is sorted, I don't see any challenge in the car, honestly.
Also, one thing to add, Nikhil,
Awesome.
so the issues with Winfast have been with VF8 in the US. There have been no reported issues with respect to
Also one
VF6 or
point I would like
VF7.
to touch, as Dr. Saab said that there is no driver display. So we have to blame Tesla for it. Tesla was the one who started all this minimalistic thing. At least Winfast is giving HUD. So Tesla even doesn't give the HUD. In international models, I have seen that the indicator stock movement is very short. So that thing we need to just see. And HUD is there. Windsor is already proving that people are ready to embrace the technology and the controls from touchscreen. So if Windsor can sell in these numbers with a no interface on physical buttons, so I think Winfast should do pretty good.
Yes, Suhail, you can carry on.
How true is this that the base model 16.5 lakhs 60 kilowatt hour VF6 is coming with 3.3 OBC?
I think it's
Uh,
7, but there's no
Yeah,
brochure yet on the website
the
also.
Doctor Saab
We
said
can
that this car had the seven. The car that he drove had the 7 kilowatt one.
but
So we'll
the
have to
the
look
car
at the brochure.
they
the
said that
car which
it is
we drove would be the top end version, right?
no. We had the lower variant also.
No, but
Uh,
Rakesh ji, I've been tracking their website also from the day since they unveiled
The
the
problem
car.
is that
They
these
have not
guys have not
updated the website
updated
also.
variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not updated the variant. Uh, what do you say that the variant walk? What do you say? So you
Yeah,
don't know which feature is coming in which
there's no
variant.
brochure or any further details that they
And
on website. There's
and
nothing.
Doctor Saab, do you know why there is no variant brochure or anything that is launched till now?
So might
Very
be deciding
strange.
किसमें क्या डालना है.
Okay.
No, no. Doctor Saab, I
Yeah.
even called their
Chat GPT.
helpline number of 1800, and
Yes.
they simply said me that the team is working on giving out the accurate brochure in terms of finalizing their everything for the Indian market, and they will do it so by this midweek. That is what I was told on the call.
Okay, but I don't know. They started the bookings. They gave the variant. Once you go into the booking column, they used to there was a option to select the variant. Once I don't know what variant comes in with which features, there is no point giving that. I don't know why manufacturers just tend to like if I have a Karyana store, I'm selling some breads. I will have that written in front of my shop that this bread costs 10 rupees, this one is 15, this one with the with this 20. It's such a basic thing. They just have not decided which variant will get which features. So
bookings are nowadays, there used to be something called as show interest. So bookings
no,
are
you could
Yeah, yeah.
almost
Mahindra
equivalent to that
started this.
actually.
you
Mahindra
could
started
pre-book the
this
car
trend,
initially.
right? But Dr. Saab, Mahindra started this trend because Mahindra, if you remember, when they launched the BE twins, they basically gave the pack 3 and the variant walk came at a later date, maybe a week or so later. Was all the variants, features, and everything were delayed, were displayed. Earlier, it was only pack 3 and all the features that pack 3 will get. So maybe Mahindra has taught something to everyone to basically show the
No, no,
best
Mahindra
of the
has been
best.
doing that long since their ICE versions also. Suel, I remember the XUV 700 launch for the ICE variants, and Mahindra has been doing this shady practice of just garnering bookings in the name of creating a hype.
Yes, I guess everyone does it now, Sagar. Even Tata
Yeah,
now
yeah, that is what, like
did.
Rakesh said, right? It's the show interest button has changed to a complete booking, and then we'll refund you in case you cancel.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, whatever they are doing, if you guys see that Savdhan India show, whatever that host tells you in the end, na, it is like that. Savdhan rahe wala kaam na, so it is like that.
So I think next month
Uh,
we should see direct approximately 1000 number add on to Mahindra numbers, because the Batman edition is due current or next month, the deliveries.
It's the deliveries are from September 20th, Anuj, because one of my friend has booked it, and he's about getting by 25th September.
I don't think all 1,000 are getting delivered at once, are they?
No, 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 not all thousand. They are in the production lines.
Yeah. Some in
Yeah,
September, some in October.
but many will get delivered at the end of September, given that Navratris will be there.
Most of them.
And October we might see the 8E or the 700 electric version launch also.
And
So yeah, anything else on Winfast? Anything anyone wants to
Yeah,
add
yeah, yeah, yeah,
anything?
yeah. After that doubt of 3.3 for the VF6, I was just browsing through the US website of Winfast, and I can see they have written for even that portable charger also. No, they have written 7.4 after sales. So this is what we can see that I think Doctor Saab is correct.
US is different.
No, 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 no. What I'm
US
trying to,
doesn't have three
Nikhil,
phase.
what I'm
It's like
trying to extrapolate and connect the dots is that it is Winfast's usual practice that they will see this, but for Indian market, I think they will come up with 7.4 on board. Nothing to worry about it.
yeah, I mean increase the price by 50,000 if you have to, but it should be seven even as the base.
hey, could it happen that they install 7 kilowatt OBC, but still they lock it via software and
No,
for extra
Why?
50,000
Why?
they
Why,
will
that would
Nikhil?
be
charge
Why,
you?
Nikhil? No,
stupid.
Would
no,
they
no.
do that?
That would be stupid. I don't think that would happen. Okay, yeah. Anything else on Winfast? Anyone wants to add anything? Otherwise, we'll move on to next topic. Okay.
The AI on
Yeah.
Google, if you say VF6 onboard charger, it talks about that the standard onboard AC charger of 3.3 kilowatt and optional 7.2 AC. So this story is there definitely.
Maybe. That's why I have been checking brochure website
Or
every
or
couple of
we
hours to
don't know
see
if
if it was there. But
they are
yeah,
talking about the EVSE and saying it as onboard charger. You never know.
yeah,
So
maybe,
basically the
maybe
confu
that can also happen.
so
I
Nikhil,
would bet on
basically
EVSA.
so basically
You
the
would bet
confu so basically the confusion is that whether the VS6, the 16.50 lakh one gets the 7.7, 7.2 peak or 3.3 peak AC, right?
Yes, yes.
right.
Okay.
Right.
So there is a source. I may check on him if we can reply that.
Yeah, please do so.
Yes, yes. So I will just
Okay. Awesome.
I'll just voice note him. So if we can get that answer by tomorrow or Sunday, then I will update.
Okay. Yeah. Now moving on to next topic. In the second quarter of calendar year 2025, India installed 11.3 gigawatt of solar combined. That is up 145% year on year. India's total cumulative capacity of solar now stands at 116.4 gigawatt. Top three states are Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Fourth one is Karnataka. So Rajasthan and Gujarat, they are seeing huge deployment of these massive solar farms. So they are going to continue to lead for time being. And Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, these are doing very less. Uh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, yeah. So yeah, that's so. It's good to see solar deployment is increasing, and we are also seeing huge tenders for battery energy storage. About 70 gigawatt hour of battery energy storage tenders just from the government alone have been put out in 2025 till now. So exciting next few years for the renewable market. And the people keep saying the coal grid, fossil fuel electricity. I mean, Karnataka is already at 70 to 80% renewable energy. So, I mean, yeah, we are moving towards a greener grid. And with the greener grid, your EV is more green, but your ICE is never going to get green. So yeah, and next on we have Ashok Leyland, who has made a deal with the China's cell maker CALB, and CALB is going to supply cells for automotive and non-automotive purposes. Uh, it just talks about battery manufacturing in India, nothing about cell manufacturing. But I hope in the future that that deal can lead to that also.
Their cells used to be very reliable. They came with the E2O plus when it came with LFP. They had Calb prismatic cells. The quality of those cells was awesome. They were like even after running 150 lakh kilometers for a 16 kilowatt hour battery, they were still going very strong. Cell quality was good at that time.
I mean, Mahindra still uses the Caleb cells for their three-wheeler, and they are also being used in some buses also.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I'm surprised to see that Ashok Leyland went with Caleb because right now for their switch buses they have deal with Taco Goshen, so they are getting cells from there right now. So they will shift to Caleb, I think, in future as well
Hey,
when they start doing this
there's
local.
one more
And
news which
interestingly,
I heard
uh,
interestingly. Yeah, yeah, complete, Nikhil. Yeah,
yeah, I mean that Caleb has received certification for heavy electric trucks in India. Uh, I'm surprised that they mentioned that AIS 038, AIS 004, and they are the first enterprise to get these certification in India. So maybe they do have some plans for.
hmm, interesting. So I have
Yeah,
another
Rakesh, carry
news.
on.
I have another news. I don't know if it is the first one. I am kind of breaking it here. Punch EV is coming with Autocomp Tata Autocomp battery
Like
with
so
Man,
you are so you are again. I think you have taken that Savdhan India advice.
so So what I have heard is what I'm saying. I don't know, and it's not verifiable source as well. But what I am told is they're coming up with prismatic cells again by Tata Autocomp, the same way it is given in Nexon 45.
uh, I think Rakesh, you might be talking about the upcoming next version that might be 45 kilowatt hour. Current ones, the cells are still cylindricals.
So we are expecting a punch facelift in October. ICE is confirmed. Like they are coming with a facelift, and even for the
Hmm.
EV front, they will be adding something. So whatever they can add in prismatic, non-prismatic, but I am sure that they should add lifetime warranty to punch. It will really increase the sales of Tata EVs. If
So
punch gets a
maybe with
lifetime
the
warranty,
facelift
so it would be
version, they
really
would
very good.
come up with PW.
If I was expecting that some like today was 9 September World EV Day, some Tata launched Tiago EV on 9th of September, I think. No, not I think it was before that. Mahindra launched their XUV 400 on World EV Day when they first time showed the vehicle. So there was no activity by any four-wheeler OEM on the World EV Day. So. The Punch one, I think, if they give the lifetime
Yeah, I
warranty,
mean,
it would be really very good. Lifetime warranty will increase their sale, increase Punch sale by 1,000.
yeah, the lifetime warranty is expected with the facelift and updated higher battery pack version, especially. And we are also expecting a 55 something pack on Nexon also. So let's see if it comes or not.
Yes, I was expecting that maybe
Okay,
that
so
news
that
of
we are
ADAS
done.
one was coming. That next one is coming with the ADAS with the EV one, and I was expecting that 9th
Yeah,
September
that.
because being the World EV Day, maybe Tata and some Tata announces an add-on ADAS on next one
Mm.
today. But maybe
On
because
World EV Day, they announced that a mega charging hub in
yes,
Mumbai,
yes, yeah,
16
that one,
chargers. That is what they
and
did for World EV.
and I think what happens is because of the GST reduction and all those things, maybe manufacturers will add some features and rejig the prices. So something which will be add on will happen by the end of September or early October only now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, GST effect. Let's see how what they do with EVs. But yeah, some events should happen on today instead of everyone doing on 15th of August. There are too many events on that day.
We have those all kind of events
So
happening in.
TVS has launched their yeah,
No, I was just adding that.
TVS has launched their
Yes, yes, go ahead.
second electric scooter named Orbiter. It gets a flat seat and it is kind of some people are saying it looks like a Ather Rizta. So it gets a 3.1 kilowatt hour NMC pack with 68 kilometer per hour of top speed, 34 liter of boot space, cruise control, hill hold assist, reverse park assist and stuff. And the prices are about 1 lakh after the e-drive incentive. And I absolutely hate this thing that these two-wheeler company announce the price, show the price after the incentive, because a lot of buyers are now not eligible for these. This is only a one-time subsidy per buyer, and the company should be showing without the incentive prices first. But yeah, whatever this is, and it gets a motor cutoff on fall, etc. Yeah, TVS is doing good. TVS is now among the first three sports usually. So this should push their sales even more, and it gets a hub motor as well, and it is also eligible for the PL production linked incentive PL. So yeah, let's see how the two-wheeler market is especially interesting. It's now approaching 8%. We were kind of stuck at about 4-5% for quite some time. We are now approaching 8%, and yeah, the scooter market should get more and more sales because it doesn't make much sense to buy an ice scooter today. Uh, in cars, yes, there are used for ice today, but in two-wheeler, I think even less than 10% need a new ice scooter. More than 90% can do with the electric one. Ather also held an event recently, if you guys saw. They showed some new platform concept, etc. They have also introduced a cruise control, and it is a kind of interesting use. You do not need to set the speed. You just use your accelerator, and wherever you leave it, the speed is set there. That is one interesting thing. And they are launching a 6 kilowatt DC charger for their Ather scooters. That's good. And I think that went viral, the porthole detection. Everyone knows about that. Nothing much to say on that. And yes, Tesla India has delivered their official first Model Y in India. The owner is Minister of Transportation of Maharashtra. Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Nikhil,
what to say on
Nikhil,
that,
Nikhil, does he,
Nikhil,
but
Nikhil,
I think
there were
it,
deliveries planned today also on World EV Day in Delhi for some owners. There were some big shot owners for different big brands like Swiggy or something were getting their cars delivered today. There was an event planned in Delhi for that.
does the minister have home charging facility?
he might have a DC charger also. Who knows?
He might have the power substation. Don't
Ankush,
worry.
are you talking about?
No, who
Yeah.
who who knows
And
one
Tesla
of
did not
the
advertise this delivery.
So
Tesla did not
no,
advertise this Tesla,
No,
their first
Nikhil,
delivery.
Tesla. What Tesla did was they posted on their Instagram channel that deliveries, like there was an image where it was written deliveries are
Yeah,
starting, something like that. If you
delivery
check the
starting soon. But no, I mean,
yes, but they didn't
usually
share.
whenever they do their first deliveries, they do post the picture of the owners, but they decided to skip this one. So I think, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, give that to the real owners instead of ministers.
I think
So
on a lighter note, the ministers are used to buying that big SUVs. So buying a EV, and that too without that much of ground clearance, that makes sense, right?
yeah, yeah,
no, but
yeah. I mean, he's
So
buying a
wherever that
EV, so that's good.
so
And
but
I'm
any which
No, no,
ways,
but
he's
he
Sagar,
hasn't. To be very clear, he hasn't bought it for himself. He has gifted it to his nephew. He is on record quoting that.
so yes,
Yeah.
wherever you are right, sir. Wherever the nephew will go, ground clearance is low, the roads would be better. So invariably, he should drive across whole Maharashtra and all those pothole roads. Everything would be fine. अच्छा किया उन्होंने मंत्री जी को दी ना गाड़ी सारे पॉटहोल भर जाएंगे और
okay,
अगर
guys. Anyone else?
if and secondly Nikhil if that low ground clearance the car battery hits with that some obstacle we will be knowing whether the Tesla gives those kinds of warranties to the मंत्री or not, right? है ना वो भी पता चल जाएगा.
टेस्ला तो नया कार दे देगा डॉक्टर साहब, बैटरी की क्या बात कर रहे
हाँ,
हो?
करेक्ट करेक्ट मंत्री जी को वो नहीं, वेट वारंटी नहीं क्लेम करनी पड़ती है. बट
And
जस्ट
I got like 100 question asking
just FYI,
if yeah.
while we are on Maharashtra as a topic, I just want to reiterate for everybody's benefit, whosoever is from Maharashtra or is in Maharashtra should only buy an EV. There is no better policy that could have ever been created for EVs in this country, and that is created by Maharashtra. They are covering everything, be it EV meters, be it exemption of toll. Subsidy was there, it is over now, but then road tax is zero. So I will say everybody should at least appreciate what the state has done to bring adoption at a high level, and it has shown results as well. Maharashtra has become
And
the
and and
leader.
uh, and Ankush, to add to that, with my very little contribution, just for the subsidy, I have motivated six people in my group who have taken new EVs just for the subsidy also, and I'm very happy for that. That they are now enjoying their EVs tremendously. They never expected this, but now they are completely pro EV. Yesterday only, my 90
Yeah,
friend
you are
told
right.
me
You are
of
right.
that ruby velvet color. He is telling me that now I cannot drive any other of ice cars in my family or my friend's car, anyone's car.
That is what happens.
Ankush, if I might tell you, Odisha might have a better policy than Maharashtra soon because I saw the draft policy
Soon,
and
sir.
they are giving
Soon,
a
sir.
1.5 lakh
Soon, sir. Soon. What is present
1 point.
is what is important. Future
Yeah, yeah.
future is something which
No, 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 no.
will.
But
No,
but one
I
more
mean
one
no.
more thing,
The
please, please. Let me cut you all. Let me cut you all.
important point is that in that draft policy there is no limit whether on the two wheeler or three wheeler on the car because
No,
others
no, no,
generally
no.
put a
But
limit of
Nikhil, let
10,000
me
on the
let
four
me tell
wheeler
you.
and
Without the policy itself, Andhra and Odisha are leading. The growth of EVs from since 2023. I must credit this to Ankush's.
Correct.
This
Correct.
article on fuel wise sales.
Correct.
Andhra and Odisha are have almost more than double their sales. This contribution of EVs since 2023. So Andhra was on 1.8 in 2023 for EVs. They are at now 5.2% in 2025. And similarly, Odisha was at 1.7 of EV share in 2023, and now they are at freaking 4.7%. So even without the policy, these two states are brilliantly performing in terms of more than doubling their EV market share since 2023.
Even the early Odisha policy was good. They gave incentive of something 1 lakh or something. So Odisha has been the policy wise they were
Nikhil,
good.
majority of the states, I would say at least 65-70% of the states are more than not more than, but almost doubling their share of EV market share since 2023. So we are seeing tremendous exponential growth
See,
The
I
only
was
the
about
only states that lack are only states that are lack are interestingly the northern states. So Haryana, Punjab, UP are the ones where the adoption is at a very
Punjab is
very very.
performing the worst. Punjab is
But
performing the worst.
Punjab is bad. Haryana is also bad. Haryana is the fourth largest
Actually,
car seller
yeah.
in the country.
Another thing is that similar experience is what Ether uh, presented on that ACD. So the north side, they are, yes, they have less showrooms. Ether, so and that kind of shows the shift also. So North India and
Aether does not have a
Haryana and
Can I
showroom in Gurgaon.
add to this conversation? So, with regards to Aether, I used to work there, and so hi, I am new to this conversation. I'm an ex-employee of Aether, and so we had some insights into the northern market when I was there. I was part of the sales training team. We had a lot of problems where dealers would just abandon the brand outright. So this was a huge problem there, where
And
in the south. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
we can
yes,
hear
yes,
you.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Please
can hear you,
continue. Please
Keshav.
continue. Please
Keshav,
continue.
please continue.
Yeah, so you had like even in Mumbai, you had like three dealers just outright quit on us before. The company just turned up and made it a company-owned experience center. In the north, uh, there was this attitude of we need to make money today and it has to happen now. But Aether, with all its sales improving and all of that, still dealer margins are not great. It's a pretty large problem, and in the south and in the west, even in markets like Gujarat, where you don't expect maybe it's like but in the north it was very difficult, um, where dealers are ready to just abandon you if they don't see profits in the first 2 to 3 years. In the south, in the west, dealers are bleeding money, but still they are in it for the long run. This is something that we used to notice there.
Ather going the
Very, very
dealership route
interesting.
was their, I think, one of the major mistake.
And
Very
Their
other
major
interesting
other
mistake
insight.
was when they abandoned and they,
other
yeah.
other thing which they told was on the presentation, because I saw the event twice. So they presented that initially once Ather came in Gujarat with the 450 model, so it didn't worked out. But once the Rista came, the sales have suddenly spiked in Gujarat. So that was something interesting which just shows about the market, that in some markets Rista has really grown away like that. In some markets it's not that grown. Some markets demand for that kind of scooter. Some markets demand for some other kind of scooter. So, but I feel that
Not
in long
only
run,
that, there's been a huge focus on improving dealer profitability, especially in the north. Like the margins that the northern dealers are now getting is slightly better than I would say what is happening in certain southern and western markets. Uh, there's
Yeah,
a
I can actually vouch for what Kesav is saying. I bought my Aether from Gurgaon showroom and that got closed within 3-4 months of my purchase. I had to go to Delhi to get it serviced from Gurgaon.
like I have had a lot of
no,
experience with dealers, but because at one point I was training for South One, which was Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and then I was also training people for the West. So I used to regularly deal with a bunch of these dealers, and and over time the focus was to just improve profitability for the dealers because dealers were bleeding money. Dealers are still bleeding money in most places, but towards the north, I think there's been a huge push
Keshav,
in
I've
terms
got
of
a very
profitability.
specific question for you.
Yeah.
As you were into increasing your dealer network in terms of sales, is there a tendency among OEMs to extract money out of service for, especially for EV two-wheeler segment that you are dealing in?
I wouldn't say it is at a per service level. It's trying to push the packs, right? Because on average, if you take 100 scooters and you're selling like a 3,000 rupee yearly maintenance pack or whatever, right? The numbers work in your favor because a lot of people, when they buy scooters in general, they assume that they might ride a lot. But you see, at the end of the year, people are stuck at like 8,000 kilometers on their road, 6,000 kilometers on their road. So aggregate, you earn money there. At a per service level, um, you don't try to fleece people, but you're selling packs. You sell packs. Even warranties work that way. So your 8-year warranties, your 6-year warranties, whatever. Um, they have the numbers. They know how many battery packs fail. So you sell enough of that, you end up making a certain amount of money.
All right, all right. Yeah, that is true. But what we can see in the four-wheeler segment as owners of EVs, is that we are seeing a tremendous trend, as because the competition is pretty much more than that of two-wheelers. The profit margins on per car sales in EVs have decreased owing to the stiff competition. And now many service centers, not only just
I would
LG or
like
Tata.
to add a small anecdote here, Sagar.
Yeah.
So I own a Windsor, one of the first customers in Chennai. I've surprisingly so far not had any DC fast charging issues. I've taken it to like Pondicherry, Tirupati, and all of that. Stuck to mostly static and also, yeah, mostly static because of the 60 kilowatt chargers, right? And MG's been sending me messages every week saying if you have any dents, scratches, or bodywork that needs to be done, we'll do it at zero cost. We'll cover everything through insurance. You don't need to have to uh, spend a penny. So essentially, they're dumping the entire cost on the insurer. I have messages like WhatsApp messages that come from the dealer that says, if you have any bodywork that needs to be
So
done,
so that is what I was coming to, Keshav. So
yeah.
I wanted to complete my question to you is, as we can see in the four-wheeler EV segment, that most of the money is coming from service center, and there is a very visible trend for the ones who are aware of this practices that are going on behind the curtains, that we can see that the service is where the customers are being targeted to up the revenue at dealership level, at
See, I
dealership.
do feel bad for dealers. As at the same time, I also, as a consumer, also I feel bad for consumers because we have established an ecosystem of 30, 40 years where a part that comes as part of your car is taxed at a different rate, but when you sell it as a spare, right, it's taxed much higher. You try to assemble a car just by buying parts from a service center, let's say an IC vehicle, it's of course going to be at least like almost 1.5, 1.7x of just buying the car itself. If you just try to build a car by buying the aggregate parts from the service center, right? This ecosystem has kept the dealers afloat because most of this money doesn't go to the OEM, right? Dealers who are taking dealerships even today of EVs, most of them have been in the business for like at least 10 years. Most of them have been in the business for like 30 years, right? uh, it's now they've lost that revenue. uh, in the long run, if EVs are to succeed in India, I strongly believe that dealers need to make a good margin on each vehicle. That's why I also think that prices aren't going to come down drastically because I have seen how Aether works, where as they improve their, you know, cost of materials, as they, get better suppliers. Like today, I forgot to say, so like Tesla Club, I've been following you for a long time. You had put a question mark on what battery supplier Aether is using today. It is BAK. They have mostly shifted away from LG Chem almost completely. So All those cost optimizations are actually being passed on to dealers, in a way, dealers, and partly to the brand also. Because what can you service in an EV? At least in the Ather, you have that belt that goes wrong
Yeah,
once in a while,
yeah,
right?
right.
What happens in a hub motor? What happens in a swing arm mounted motor like in the Vida? What do you do? The motor's not gonna need servicing even on the Ather. It's only the belts and the pulleys, uh, brake pads. I know Ather dealers in Chennai who actively push things like, um, we'll do a PPF, or we'll do a ceramic coating, or they need to be profitable at the end of the day. Earning 10,000 on a vehicle is not enough.
So isn't that the duty of the OEM when
Keshav, that's
yeah? So isn't that the
Keshav,
duty of the
that's why
OEM?
I think most people hated it when Ather decided to shift from their own chains to dealers, and the people saw their service cost went multiple times, and yeah, that kind of ruined things for Ather a bit, and it is still
and
at some place it is
and
still
at the
bad from the
and
Yeah,
beginning
Nikhil,
side.
dealer
at a
to dealer
point,
is terrible. Like, you have four dealers in a city, you're not going to have the same experience with all of them. Each of them is, pushing different volumes. Um, but still, I would say at least Ather is able to today solve these problems. Even if you are able to spend enough money, they're at least able to get you out with the solution fixed, right? Like,
Keshav, I've got a very important question for you. Do you see a future where an OEM, because of maybe dealer issues or service issues, will try to move like Tesla to direct to customer model in India?
see, Ola's already been kind of doing that, but in reality, they are not exactly direct to consumer, because um, I've spoken to a lot of folks. Ola is kind of using dealers, but not exactly using dealers. They are kind of direct to market, but they're not direct to market. See, the problem here is Indian business is tough. Trust needs to be established on all sides. And the biggest problem is trust today, right? Uh, with direct to consumer also, brands set a very high standard. So I started working as a product specialist, a salesperson essentially at the Chennai outlet at Ather, which was a company owned outlet. The costs are just out of proportions because they wanted to hire someone who can explain the product in a certain way, pitch the product in a certain way, get across the vision of Ather, but that is very expensive. They were paying me, uh, you know, 50,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees as a salesperson. There was no set target. There was no set, what to say. These are the numbers that we are chasing. There's no incentive to sell more vehicles. It was always about just pushing the vision of Ather before I got promoted, and then I became their sales trainer, right? So,
actually, Keshav, it is, I think for Ather, like, so what I see is, uh, I when I started to follow the EV space,
mm,
that was the first OEM which attracted me towards EV, to be honest. And I attended their event in Delhi when they launched the 450 X. So, so what I'm trying to say is what you were saying, that you want to present the OEM, you want to have that kind of a brand presence and that brand philosophy. So in that terms, I think in the two-wheeler space, Ather has been able to establish their brand. What do you say, that kind of, not the even like they have established their value and philosophy, and people know that they come with a certain kind of mindset, and they will be doing those kind of things only. And the roadmap and everything looks really promising. Even that ACD event, uh, someone wouldn't have expected touchscreen to come as a backward compatibility. So
I'll
and
be
all
frank, I
those,
found that very stupid. Because the touchscreen was always there. That is a touch-enabled
you're right,
display.
you're right. We have to enable it, but the owners which I have talked, they're happy. Like touchscreen has come and it is backward compatible. and then the that
It's like
cruise
Hyundai,
implementation.
everybody was talking about the DC fast charging being slow or something, and then suddenly they pull the rug and say, we'll update it, it goes faster, right? People are
No,
happy, but
no.
at the end of the day,
For the Hyundai thing, they had already in the presentation of Creta Electric when they launched, they had made it clear that 90 kilowatt we are not giving in the initial. We want to see the battery pack, which is now being
I'm not
assembled
saying
in India. And some
exact one-to-one
so
comparison, of course, but yeah.
no, no. So that is what I'm trying to say is what we gather whenever I talk to people in two wheelers, whenever they want to opt, they have a certain kind of respect for this brand, even if
That's
they're not buying it.
100% there. Like I am an ex-employee, but still I own a 450X.
Yeah. So what we gather is that this is a brand which has got a good vision, and everyone says that let it come to in our city. That, whenever it comes, we may end up buying it, and whatever they present in their presentations and whatever they give, so it's kind of fine. Now they're listed company, so they can't hide anything now. Everything they have to tell to their investors, and it's now pretty open. And with coming launches, the new platform, whatever they are showing, and even with the software
Oh, there's no
updates and all
gripes
those
about Ather.
things.
They are, I personally think they are the best in the two-wheeler space.
Yeah. So but still, yes, they
But
are
still,
like
uh, what I'm what I was saying is the byproduct of the industry itself, right? Like dealers need to be happy.
so
Going
that is right.
Yeah,
I
and one more
agree,
thing,
but
like
that
there
is
was a
always
question
the
by
key.
someone
That
who
is
asked me like
always the
whether
key. Yeah, that is always the key because dealer is the one who's the person who's doing all the investment and running a showroom as well as buying the product from the company and keeping inventory on their books, taking OD
and
limits and all those things.
And what happens is, Ankush sir, what happens is with a single product, that too being an electric, even the dealerships have to understand that when it
Yeah,
started, even a TVS when it started.
good insight, good insight. I think
see,
we should,
I'll explain
Nikhil,
this
we can
very
move
quite
on.
simply,
But the
right?
thing
Uh,
is,
can I just
but the
have like
thing
two
is,
minutes? So, hmm.
now once the brand has
Dr.
invested in
Saab,
a factory, and now they have got the volume, now they will have the products, so it will keep. I am expecting that these guys would be around top three in coming years also, so
No,
they are
No,
I am
shortlisted.
but
betting
this
on
this
Ather.
is
wanna
this is
hi.
Dr. Saab. This is very interesting from Keshav. I think we should keep a completely independent space for this because people like Keshav can come in and throw some light on the next whenever planned space is there for especially for electric two wheelers. So I think yeah we should move on from this
yeah,
topic
Keshav.
and
Keshav, do
we
send
should
me
just
do
schedule
send me a
independent
DM
one.
and yeah,
Yeah, I'll just close with this. Just two
Keshav,
minutes.
do send me a DM
I
and
just
we
Yeah.
wanna
can
I just
connect.
wanna come in here for one thing about the bit about the touchscreen. I'm not sure we should really have an issue with such moves. I mean, from a manufacturing standpoint, it just makes sense to have consistent parts in all vehicles and enable, disable them depending on the customer, right? I mean, Tesla ships the same battery, or at least used to ship the same battery size in all vehicles. And if you bought a lower tier model, you just had less of the battery unlocked for you because it was easier for them to just ship one battery in each car.
I understand that, but at the same time, we had cases where BMW locked ventilated seats and put it under subscription. I think it sets a bad precedent. When
That's
you
retarded.
accept something very small and then OEMs tend to push the boundaries on what gets locked.
That I
That is
agree with.
pretty.
I mean,
That is
I don't want to
agreeable
subscribe
hundred
to my
percent.
car in any way. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you are right.
So that's why it keeps gives a bad taste in my mouth. And
So
otherwise,
yeah,
just
taking
2 minutes, I'll close this. So someone and asked me like, why not go the Tesla route? Go completely company owned outlets, company owned distribution. But the economics are very different. Tesla starts at 35,000 USD. They're selling a car. So even 10% on that 30,000 USD is very different, right? So Aether, as I was telling you guys, they used to pay me like 50, 60K 4, 5 years back, right? To just sell scooters at a showroom. That was the beginning of my career, right? So not beginning. I had worked at like 3, 4 places by then. But when it comes to a dealer, dealers are like spending 15,000 rupees. So almost like one third or one fourth of the salary that Aether was paying out to. company-owned outlet salespeople, right? Um, so the economics are very different. I think car companies, especially like I think Tata with their dot EV showrooms and all, I think they should more and more push towards, like, I think even like a new brand like Vinfast would benefit from having their own coco outlets, like company owned outlets. But at the two-wheeler space, it's very difficult. um, the people I used to train were earning 15,000 rupees, and on top of that they used to get like 300 rupees per scooter they sold. So the unit economics are very different. So in India, I am not sure.
That's interesting point.
And I'm sure that in coming years, with all these economics and space getting locked, we will have a reality of multi-brand showrooms in India also. We are heading towards that kind of setup because
Yeah, I'm
even
surprised that's not big in
and
India.
Nikhil, even in
There
India
are some
also.
for two-wheeler. I think in Maharashtra,
No, no, Nikhil,
there are
there is a,
some they selling Chinese type photo.
you will find that that one company or one what do you say, that one showroom guy, one unit having three or four showrooms of single brand. And what happens is,
Yeah,
whichever new brand is coming with a dealership model, they land up going to those kind of what do you say, these people, uh, these dealerships only. Like even in Chandigarh, you can find that one one
One
yeah,
group,
one
one
group, yes,
group.
that's the right word. So that one group is having those multiple showrooms, and now what has happened is they've got those floors. In the similar one, you have a MG. In Chandigarh, you have a MG, and then on the second floor you have a BYD, and on top of it, it has a MG Select. And I'm sure that there would be that Winfast one will come over around that. So this is happening. So multi-brand should be a reality, and I've seen these people. I met a sales guy who was trained for BMW also, cars also, and BYD cars also. And he does 2 days in a BYD showroom and then 2 days in a BMW showroom. So, so that happens. I think we should go that multi-brand one, especially for the two-wheelers. Like Keshav is pointing that the economics doesn't make sense.
yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for letting me speak today. It was a fun
Yash,
conversation, and I just
Hello,
barged in. So
बोलिए ना.
yeah, thank you for just
yeah, 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 Keshav. Thank you for joining, and we will have you
Okay, okay.
separately also for this topic.
Yes. Thank you, thank you.
Uh, Yash, do you have any question?
हाँ, मुझे हिंदी में पूछा तो चलेगा.
पूरा पूरा मातृभाषा है
Yes.
हमारी.
हाँ. इंग्लिश समझ में तो आती है पर बोलने नहीं आती है, इसलिए थोड़ा ये
अरे
होता
कोई
है.
बात नहीं, देखो ना,
हाँ
जब
जी, हाँ
हमें
जी,
हाँ.
गाली,
हिंदी हिंदी में बताइए,
सर
हिंदी
यश
में.
जी,
हाँ.
जब
तो
हमें गाली निकालनी होती है तो हम हिंदी में ही निकालते हैं. बस अब बोलो, मस्त.
ठीक. वो आपने जो अभी जो मेरा वो क्वेश्चन ही वो था, तो उसका आपने आंसर दे दिया है वैसे. क्योंकि जो आपने मल्टी ब्रांड शोरूम कहा, तो मेरा क्वेश्चन यही था. जैसे अब नए ब्रांड्स आ रहे हैं, जैसे विन फास्ट हो गया, BYD हो गया, अभी नए ब्रांड्स है. जैसे टू व्हीलर में 1-2 लाख अपन नए ब्रांड पे स्पेंड कर सकते हैं. पर जब 20-30 लाख की बात आती है कार लेने लेने पे, तो ज्यादा फोकस तो जो रेगुलर ब्रांड है, जैसे होंडा, महिंद्रा, टाटा, इन पे ज्यादा भरोसा आता है, क्योंकि पता है कि ये पहले से मार्केट में है. पर जैसे नए ब्रांड आते हैं तो उन पे भरोसा कम होता है. तो यही कब ब्रांड समझो विन फास्ट और महिंद्रा का शोरूम एक ही साथ रहा, तो उस पे भरोसा आता कि नहीं, ये भी भरोसे वाली ब्रांड है, तो स्पेंड कर रहा हूँ उन पे. इजी ठीक है. समझ रहे हैं क्या आप?
हाँ जी निखिल सर.
हाँ.
या
Yes, yes,
बिल्कुल
हाँ.
yes,
बिल्कुल
yes.
सही सही
मैं समझ गया कि
बात सही
हाँ.
है. आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है, बट कार्स में मल्टी ब्रांड शोरूम इंडिया में करना अभी डिफिकल्ट है. बट या
और
टू व्हीलर्स में चांसेस काफी हैं.
एक्चुअली सर, अंकुश सर, आप, मुझे लगता है कि जो ये डीलरशिप बिजनेसेस हो गए हैं, margins, matlab, I'm not going to the margins. So the thing is that these dealership businesses are extremely difficult for a new entry, like for a new group to enter it. So what happens is the brand, whichever the new brand comes, they scout for already established ones because there is a trust in that in that group in that region, and they know
Mon
and they are
mon money
into that
needed is
space,
too high.
and money
Money
also
needed
is
is
too
too
high.
high.
Yes, the investment is
इसमें
too high.
इसमें 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 एक और पॉइंट है। सपोज करो एक डीलर है, वो किसी ओईएम के पास जाता है और ओईएम उसके डीलर सेटअप में एज अ को पार्टनर बन जाता है। अगर मारुति एक पास्को के डीलर में इन्वेस्ट करता है, तो वो उसके इंफ्रा में भी इन्वेस्ट करेगा। मारुति क्यों चाहेगा उसी बिल्डिंग में हुंडई की गाड़ी भी खड़ी
सर
हो?
मारुति तो बहुत डिफरेंट तरीके पे प्ले कर रहा है। दे आर बाइंग देयर लैंड एंड दे आर नाउ
मैं
लीजिंग द शोरूम। सो मतलब मेरे,
मैं वही एग्जांपल ले रहा
हाँ
हूँ मैं
मतलब मल्टी ब्रांड तो
कि
इंडिया में
ये
करना
जो
डिफिकल्ट है
डायनामिक्स,
फोर व्हीलर में इस वक्त। वो तो आपकी बात
हाँ,
बिल्कुल करेक्ट है।
ये जो डायनामिक्स है, इस डायनामिक्स में बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं।
हम्म।
आपके क्या एग्रीमेंट हो रहे हैं आपके प्रिंसिपल ओईएम के
यस।
साथ, उसका स्टेक है कि नहीं, उसका
even
कितना इंफ्रा
even
लग रहा है।
once the Kia came, so there were Kia team came to Chandigarh, and I happened to be with the people. They were scouting for the dealership. So I to jab when they were coming, and then we asked them, how do you scout these things? So, and because I am seeing in Chandigarh that one brand is getting this showroom also, another one also, another one also. So they are probably going with the, as Ankush pointed, that because it's a capital investment stuff. So there are now groups, only those can hold it. Sometimes we crack a joke that these car dealers have become like the cartel of alcohol mafia. So they are like that. Sorry for that mafia word, but the cartels are they become like cartels. It इसी को जाएगा dealer. It's extremely difficult for a new entrant to come into this business.
बट दैट इज फाइन ना, अगर एक प्रिंसिपल ओईएम को एक सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी होगा कि ये डीलर पैसा लगाएगा मेरे कहने पे, ये डीलर मेरे से गाड़ियां उठा के रखेगा, स्टॉक करेगा, और ये डीलर कर को एक सर्विस नेटवर्क भी खोलेगा अपनी सिटी में। अगर मैं एक प्रिंसिपल ओईएम हूँ, तो मैं एक डीलर जो अपनी वर्थ कैपिटल दिखा
सर
सकता
इसका
है,
एक ही
मे बी
आंसर है
50 करोड़।
सर there is only one answer. Ask the Tata guys. They're struggling with this.
I'll tell you a little bit of a tidbit, right? Like, so if you're a already huge dealer in a particular city, you already own like 5 6 brands. You have customer data from all 5 6 brands. So those customers have bought from you, right? As a dealer. So you have that data. Now you're ex dealer in the city. You have so much customer data already, and now you announce saying, I've taken a dealership from a different car brand or a different two-wheeler brand, and you say, okay, look, I'm already dealer of Maruti, I'm already dealer of Renault, I'm already dealer of XYZ, I'm also now a dealer of the new brand, right? There are so many ways they optimize costs. If you look at a dealer yard, we are talking about multi-brand showrooms, but that is a very hard reality because every brand is trying to control the experience that the customer has. But when you look at things like how they store vehicles, right? If you're a big dealer, you're storing like 5 to 10 different brands of vehicles in one lot. That gives you scale. Again, you already have a set of established customers. You have their data. So, you push through your marketing channels everything from, uh, voice calls to SMSs to WhatsApp blasts. You have the data already with you. And whenever a big dealer in the city, because big dealers also have a certain amount of pull by their name, where if they take a certain brand, then people tend to trust that this brand is also good. It's very at Aether, we have seen multiple new dealers just fail because there was a point where established dealers were not ready to take Aether at all. It was a huge risk for them.
Actually, the thing is, because the thing is that we can't compare the four wheeler with Ather, because Ather was coming in the new, it's a new powertrain, everything was new. So an
No,
established
Doctor
one,
Saab,
they
but
don't
what
see.
is no no Doctor Saab, what Keshav is saying makes sense. A lot of in
In the
at least
four
in
wheeler,
my city
Ankush bhai,
in
in
four
four wheeler,
four wheeler also
it's all about cost.
No, no, no. Four
especially.
wheeler. There are so many established dealers who are running multi brand dealerships in cities. Pasco's is the biggest example. You've got they've got so many dealers.
Pasco is bankrupt,
TN
sir, now.
I'll
Pasco
see
is
you.
bankrupt
हाँ
now.
I'll give you
per
guys an
per
example. Uh,
TNT Motors they run so many
Yeah, you're right. But
dealerships.
but but what I
The
have seen is you will
TN
Guys,
yes,
TN
yes.
Group runs so many dealerships. DM is
No, no,
Mahindra.
you are
DM has
right.
Hyundai.
You are right that way. But you will find rarely a Maruti Suzuki owned showroom that
Yeah,
even a group. You will not
that
find.
also that was only Tata. Tata sold Pascos to somebody else, and Pascos is
No, no,
now being
no.
run by a private person.
I'm not going into that. But I'm just pointing that what has happened is you will not find Maruti Suzuki group to have multiple ones. We have now started to find it like Kia and Hyundai are the commons. We have the Mahindra when expanded, they also gave to the same to that group, to a group which already had some, but they didn't give to the group which didn't had which had a Maruti one. So what I'm trying to say is, once the dealership expanded, they always land up to a
Dr.
group
Sab,
which has got capital. It is all about capital,
yeah, it's
nothing
all
else.
about capital. And Dr. Sab, even if
Yes.
brands try to find a new dealer, you know what happens a lot of times. So there's this huge Maruti dealer in town. They have, happen to have a cousin who's interested in the automobile business. So it's just like a spin-off a lot of times. So there's this big dealer. There's someone in their family. Same capital. Um, so someone at the top, let's say a Japanese brand comes in, any brand comes in, they say, no, don't you find me a new dealer, because I don't want to work with Indian dealers who are not customer centric, and the who are responsible for network expansion. Half the time what happens is, you know you need someone with good capital, someone who has some what to say, um, their leg in the games or whatever, right? So what happens is, a lot of time it's like just proxies of these huge dealers, right? Family members, friends of certain dealers. Very rarely you see new dealers enter this market today. Most of them are like, at least 10 years in the market. A lot of them have been there for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah, that's
Keshav,
correct.
Keshav,
Hey,
I'll give you,
moving
I'll
on.
give you. Yeah, yeah, that is what I'll give you a
So what
concluding
we can
remark.
do is,
Let us not
so
stretch
what
this
we can
topic
do
right now
is
here.
we can start.
Guys, I would have to
So
stop everyone. I
yes,
think
yes.
this
So
dealer
we
discussion has
just take
gone
the
way too
questions, Nikhil.
hardcore.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
will
Let us
go
let
on
us
and on.
take
This will not stop.
questions from the public. Yeah.
So we can submit that it is all about capital. If you have capital, you are the capital. So let's take the
Yeah.
questions now.
So someone has been asking if FWD is better than RWD for hilly areas, and he says he had trouble with BE6 going on even a
Yeah,
small uphill road.
I tagged Anuj on that. Moby is the person who asked that. Moby is on still. So Anuj, you want to take that up? RWD versus FWD, and will the RWD car have a challenge to climb?
So any day RWD is better than front wheel drive. And in India, you can do 99.5 percentage of routes in a rear wheel drive. I'll
Mo,
keep it simple.
Precisely.
Moby, you if you
I
Mo,
always say,
Moby,
RWDs are soft off-roaders by default.
yeah,
They have got
So
the
when
perfect traction.
Savedi,
so when I use
I just want to ask Moby, if you would want to talk, you can request for talking access. Nikhil can provide you, and you can give your inputs on the question that you were asking. Go ahead, Anuj.
Uh,
Sorry, I interrupted because I thought maybe Moby wants to give some feedback.
so I was just sharing one past experience where I had a rear wheel drive as my daily drive, and then I was in McLeodganj driving a friend's Alto. So there was a very steep climb which Alto couldn't do. I put it in reverse, made it in a rear wheel drive, and I did the climb.
Yeah, I mean there are quite a lot of videos on the Instagram and also that people in hilly areas they are driving in reverse at some
no,
places.
no,
So it's
on
basic,
a serious
basic.
note, Anuj and Nikhil, RWDs are by default capable. to take
So
on bad
yeah, basic principle, na?
bad.
Basic principle.
Correct.
Your weight will shift to your rear
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah. So I hope Moby that answers your questions. And yeah, I think it's time to wrap this up. Anyone else wants to add anything?
Please raise
Uh,
your hands
yeah.
if anyone has any questions.
Well, thank you everyone. Dr. Saab, Sagar, Ankush, Anuj, Rakesh, and thank you, Keshav. We will have a separate discussion on dealer someday. And yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank
And
you.
happy EV Day once more.
Thank you. Now
Happy
the
Every
New Year.
shift
day.
to the Apple event.
Yeah, Doctor Sam. Even I'm waiting for the Apple event. Chalo, let us close now.
Guys, I have a separate thing where I
Right,
have
right.
certain issues on my Windsor,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's not fast charging. So one day I would like to discuss those things. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Continue, Keshav. Continue.
yeah. No, let's close this conversation because I feel like I'm interrupting too much. On a separate conversation.
No,
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 no.
not interrupting, Keshav. You were
No,
you
no.
were
You can
excellent with
continue
your
with
inputs.
Windsor.
You were excellent with your inputs. But let us
Yes, yes.
in your area of expertise. Let us keep a separate space sometime later on where we can discuss into all these nuances of dealerships and
Because Nikhil wants to invest in dealership. We want to
Sir,
add
it's a
that
very
point.
tough business.
Yeah,
I would say
sure.
it's better to build even a new EV company than go to a dealership.
Come on, Nikhil has a Tesla branding. We can do anything.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah.
Nikhil now wants
Well,
to make
thank.
this official. If the car is 60 lakh, he can take 1 lakh for the membership. We will go for an ownership. We will open. We will open this. There is no problem.
And it was wonderful, guys. Thank you so much.
I've sources tell me that Nikhil is planning a 1 lakh rupee membership and something subscription type thing. So
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
how this works.
And everyone must pay. You can't.
Yes, yes.
You can't.
Nikhil will be charging with his minutes. Like once you run a minutes of the meeting, so it will be the minutes of my talk. I
then
use
then
10
then uh,
words.
then Doctor
So
Saab, if this starts, I'll be a ghost like you on WhatsApp.
right, right, right. So probably
Yeah,
we just didn't focus on the IA mobility. There were a lot of EVs there. It was very interesting.
we can do that this Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, okay, that's right. Yeah, we can focus on that.
Yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay.
Thank you,
Now I
No,
everyone.
have
Adrian,
to
Thank
thanks.
you.
now I have to get hold of a person where I can find 1 or 2
Bye, guys. It was a
reviews
pleasure
for the
because it's a
iPhone.
very small community today. I hope it expands so much more. And yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you
we
so much.
hope.